Hi, hi, hello. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you. Asum drink count. And Asum drink peace. How do you say peace in Eveka? Oh, Refi. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Peace be unto you once again. Welcome back to my channel today. We are doing part 3 of my stay in Saudi Arabia. Basically, if you see me in glasses, like these, it means maybe it means like I'm about to show you attitude. All right, let's get right into it. At this point, okay, at this, like, I'm almost drawing. I'm from that first year to the second year where everybody was comfortable around me, eating my food, and they were so appreciative of me, and people were coming around to just look at that Shagala from Ghana. She would call her sisters, her husband's like brothers' wives, and everybody was just coming around to just see me, the hardworking, great cook, humble but yet quick-tempered Nura. My madam knew I was very quick-tempered, and that's the only issue she had with me. She wanted me to tolerate everything, but then it got to a point I started telling her my mind, because why not? Why not? I'm gonna tell you my mind like I told you nothing, okay? So she didn't like that about me, but well, that's me. There were days I'd ask her what we would eat, and then she'd tell me, oh no, cook anything, like cook something the kids love. I became the madam, like the second madam of the house, and it was great, So I've told you guys that I kept hampering on the fact that I was not going to stay a day more after my contract. And this was the time she also kind of was trying to convince me to stay. And even with the stay in Okano, I was still going to take 900 reals, because when I spoke to her about increasing my salary to 1,200 reals, she was like, but the 900 reals is a lot of money in your country. I'm like, who told you that lie? I guess it was the agent that told her that the 900 reals is actually a lot of money, like in Ghana cities, but nah, that isn't true. She was not ready to, well, my boss, like as in my employer himself, would be ready to, like, ever ready to increase my salary. That's my demand, but that's why madam, she wasn't so cool with it. So me grandpa, I was just saying it because I knew say omonye inti. I was like, me grandpa, I won't stay. She was talking to me, am I really sure that I want to leave after my contract? I said, oh yes, I want to leave. Her sister asked me that my madam says that I said I'll leave after my contract. I said yes. Why? I said no. Why? Don't you love Saudi Arabia? I'm like, oh, I love Saudi Arabia. Is great. I love you guys. You guys are saying it was saying sugar coating like a customer. I say, I love you guys. You guys are great. You guys are sweet. You guys are like hospitable. I said all the nice things, but I am tired. I just have to leave. She was like, okay. So Ramadan was drawing close, and in Ramadan in Saudi Arabia, like here in Ghana, Ramadan is just like basically fasting. But in Saudi Arabia, it's a very busy month, like very busy month over there. Like we cook a lot of stuff. In Ramadan, the work is actually doubled and it's most of the times in the evenings. So you work from the afternoon to the evening. You have lots of time in the morning, because in the morning most of them will be sleeping. And in Saudi Arabia, every Ramadan is like schools are on break, okay? So that the kids can be under the watch of their parents and also fast as well. So most of the time, schools in Saudi Arabia go on break in Ramadan. So most of the time, Ramadan, you have all the family around. And they sleep in the mornings. I think more so in the afternoons as well, because like they only descend when it's time to do chop. So I do all the work. I make sure that everything is set. The soups, they love oat soup. They love oat soups. They love mushroom soups. They love they eat lots of sambusa during Ramadan, and the fataya and all of that. So, and some pizzas as well. It's a very media. Ramadan is a very busy month. So She didn't want me to go because Ramadan was approaching. I think we had 2 months to Ramadan. Say my time will be up in April, right? April, and Ramadan was in May. So she was like, why don't you stay with us so that you go after Ramadan? I'm like, I said, I'm not. Just as my make an auntie, hey, you I obla your name, bleu, bokode. I am not staying. I'm going. Oh, we beg you to please stay with us so that after Ramadan you can go to Ghana. We are going to make sure. I'm like, madam, I'm tired. I actually want to experience Ramadan with my family. I miss Ramadan with my family. But I'm my bread here. But I'm me home. And then she was like, okay, Baba says, listen to what she said. Baba says, if you should stay with us until after Ramadan, we are going to take you to Umrah. Ya Rabbi. Wisha? Kalam fani, wisha kalaminte. I said, my husband says, if you stay with us until after Ramadan, if you agree to stay with us until after Ramadan, it will take you to Umrah. Like, that's Hajj. I was like, okay, so guys, during there, I didn't act like I was into the thing. Na me try me home, like me try me home. Into Michelle said, yeah, like at the end of the and I say, I'll think about it. And I'll get back to her. Guys, that day I was happy. Listen, I told you about like when we meet in the tents, you know, when we go to the mountains and all that, like in the part 2. Please, guys, if you don't watch the part 2, try and go and watch it. I've met lots of shagalas from other countries who've been with their madams for 7 years, 5 years, 8 years, and they've not taken them to even Umrah. And me, I'm not even 2 years, and I have this offer. Ha! God, oh, you are good. So I did not think twice. The next day, she came to me in the kitchen as usual. And I'm in the kitchen. I was cooking, and then she was like, "Would you stay?" I said, "Yes, I would stay." Because why not? Why not? Media, I was really, really excited. I said, "Ha, moi! Finally, I'm going to travel to like Mecca, and I'm going to. Oh Lord, I just couldn't believe it." Because the Indonesian girl I met in the house and the husband were also sponsored, but the agreement between them and the madam was if they would stay for another 2 years, and they did. So theirs was like a 2 years offer, then we take you. But mine, just a month so, and they are sponsoring my Hajj. Ha! What God cannot do does not exist. It doesn't exist. So media, I was excited, guys. So when they promised me, like the following week, they told me that I'll be going for Umrah the next week, and hey, Missy, you mean business? Like they made a promise and they kept to it, and I was so happy. Like I had a very honorable family. I went to Hajj for the first time, and it was amazing. From hotel, transport, I think I only bought food, or no, even food like the hotel gave us, but the food and so like I had money on me but the hotel gave us lunch and dinner. It was nice. Everything was like, I just loved my first Hajj was actually nicer than the second one. Yes, guys, I had a second Hajj. You don't want to know. My family, say vibe in a chiwa, say Nura fever in a chiwa. You will subscribe. Nobody will tell you to subscribe. You now will subscribe because why not? So they sponsored my first Hajj and my second Hajj. What led to my second Hajj was actually it was time for me to come, okay? And I told them that, hey, Miss Odie, Queen of A. I told them that, Madame Phoebe will Riyadh, and she wants to go for a Hajj. Mind you, there's a lesser Hajj and a greater Hajj, okay? and I've performed the lesser one already, but it's also valid. Like it's a valid Hajj, and I wanted to go for the second time. And you can put me. I was just tossing my dice to see if me hit a jackpot now, and then I told them that I want them to help me to get to Riyadh instead of going straight to like Dubai. I want to go to Riyadh, and then we go and perform Hajj, and then from there we go straight to Ghana. Me wow, me boa. She was like, okay, I'll tell my husband and see. She told the husband. Guess what the husband said? Her husband was like, I'm going to sponsor your second Hajj and you go alone. You don't have to go to Riyadh and meet whoever. No, I want to make sure you're safe. And if you want to go for a second Hajj, I'm going to sponsor that as well. If this is not God. No, you dare tell me this is not God. Ha, guys. That's my boss. So when I was pregnant with my child, I was praying to give birth to a boy because I wanted to name him Khalid. My boss is such a good-hearted man, good, kind-hearted man. Hey, I survived. As for the leftovers, oh, it became normal. I am like, I'm going home very soon. So, and my ulcer too. It got to a point where the ulcer became pretty serious, and each time when I complained to my madam, she's like, take this, drink that. We had a lot of herbs in the kitchen. The Arabs loves herbs a lot, and we have a lot of them. So she'd say, prepare this and drink, boil this and drink, but still the pain was there. So I got angry. Yeah, I know I told you I'm quick tempered, but now I'm not like quick tempered like I was. But years back, it was bad. My temper was bad, but now alhamdulillah I'm working on it. So yeah. So I like, it's been weeks and the pain was still there, and she was not like willing to take me to the hospital. But on a day, said the hospital. So I got angry, okay? And we fought. It's not like we fought, but she pushed me out of the kitchen. And I just walked out because, like, if I should stand there, like, I would not want to exchange words with her and all of that. Because I was angry, like, take me to the hospital. Like, how much is it going to take? I'm like, okay, fine. You just take me. I'm going to pay my bills. Just take me. And when the husband came home, obviously, she's going to tell him, blah, 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 blah. So I was upstairs when the husband came knocking on my door. And I went out he was like, I should descend to the hall. I went, and then he asked me what happened, and then I told him everything, and then he was like, okay, do I still want to go to the hospital? I'm like, yes, because the pain is still there. He took me to the hospital, and guess what, guys, the hospital there, Crampono, the doctors barely speak English. There are some 1 or 2 doctors that if you're lucky to meet, understand the English language, but if not, utiate, your sister. It was tough. I could speak Arabic at the end, but it wasn't great Arabic like that. I struggled, but then I told the doctor that I was feeling pain in my tummy, and each time I eat, I just feel pains, just like the symptoms and all that. So the medicine the doctor gave me, he gave me Buscopan and amoxiclav and some Indro Basabasabi. Some of the drugs I react to amoxiclav. I don't take up until this time. I don't take amoxiclav. And there was this drug too he gave me. That one day I just put it in the bin because when I read the leaflet, it had to do with breast and but I didn't talk to you about breast. I said, my tummy, what has this breast medicine got to do with me? I just threw it away somewhere in the dustbin. The Buscopan was the only thing I took because, I read every medicine. My bone cry, I would read the leaflets. I want to see what's on it. I'll read the side effects. I read whatever. I just read it. So my employer, Baba Khalid, took me to the hospital. And before that, guys, one sweet thing my boss said to me? He was like, you are to me like my daughter Fatima. That's what my boss said to me, that I am to him like his daughter. That was sweet. So I love my boss so much. Now his wife did. his wife. Oh, they mean country. I can be boss then one can make me ask now Saudi 10 years. I be celibate. I be minding my business in Saudi Arabia. Like, yo, the man is a good man. Things were just working in my favor. People were coming to the house to see me. They were giving me money. And like, it was just great. You know, time to come home was great. Time to come home was great. Everything I did, like, and you know, because I'd known, like, I've come to know what I want. I don't wait for them to tell me what to do before I do it. Even if I see something I'd already done and the thing has been messed up, like I'm putting stuffs in place in the hall. When I get up in the morning, of course the hall is messed up. I arrange everything, clean the place, sweep, and then mop. Okay. So in the evening when I'm going to sleep and they are not around, they've gone out and they've just misplaced everything. By the time they get back, the place is all done again, and that can be only done by a Ghanaian shagala. So when the sisters come to the house, don't you have any sister who wants to come to Saudi Arabia to come and work? I'm like, okay. When you're using us like donkeys, you don't get tired, huh? At this point, I just realized that, listen, in this life, nothing lasts forever. The pain will not last forever. It does not. It hasn't. Like, everything has its point in time. Like, oh Lord, my coming to Ghana was beautiful. Like, everybody was talking to me. She had a small kid who was about 10 or 11 years old, and she'd come to me that, I heard you said you want to leave. I don't want you to leave. Please, Nura, stay with us. And then the teenage one too, like, he's 14 years old. And then he's also going to come and talk to me. Nura, le biro, le. Tama be Saudi. I'm like, oh no, not that I don't like Saudi, but I'm tired, Turkey. I'm tired. Halas. It was just very emotional. Even though I was glad that I was coming home and that my time was drawing closer and closer, I also felt sad for them that they were obviously not going to have a replacement. Me, my replacement. I'm irreplaceable. You get something that fits, but not exactly as Nura. My touch, unyane pepepe sa. And you're possible. It's me and you're possible, sir. So it was a beautiful experience, especially after like my second year. And I stayed in Saudi for 2 years, 8 months in total, like, yeah. And it was great. It was, my first 6 months was horror. I've already spoken about that. The first year, the work was like just like the camel's back. You get it? Like, it was huge like that. But we sailed through. If we're about to have parties, I set my mind like, today I'm not going to sleep. Like, yeah, I'm not going to sleep. And I worked through it. It got to a point, my madam, after clearing the place and everything, after all the women or all the people that came to the party had left, she would come to the kitchen and help me. And I had this colleague from Philippines. When I was about to leave, you know, you have to train or teach another person how to go about the chores in the house and all of that. So she came in, and each time we're about to have a party, she just gets like, she's like, Kulium Azimi. And the way she says, I pronounce it correctly. She does not pronounce, even though she stayed in Syria for 8 years, she does not know how to say some of the Arabic words. So she's like, Kulium Azimi. The word is Azimi. She's like, every day you people will be partying. Every day, party. Party after party. Hey, ready, Jacopo. Charlie, how did you? Wow. Only cocoa, I want means now. But up until today, we still talk. They still check on me every now and then. My boss, before leaving, he told me that if ever if ever I would want to come back to Saudi Arabia to work or do anything, I should make him know, like I should make him aware. And it felt good. Like my boss loves me and I could feel it whenever like he talks to me. I felt that this man has a very good heart towards like people. And he was always reaching out to the miskin. Miskin is like the needy, the poor people in the community. He was building schools for them. He was building recreational facilities for them. He's just a good man. He's a good man. He's a good man. Hey, boy. If there is anything I'd like you guys to take from my story is that cry when you want to cry. Cry when it hurts so bad. Cry, and you might also want to pray, and leave things in the hands of God. See how God turned my situation around. People have stayed in the house for 5 years, 6 years. I've met Shagala from Sri Lanka, from other countries, and they've stayed in their house. I met this woman who had worked in Saudi for 13 good years and never had the madam taken her to even Umrah. But look at me. In just 2 years, 8 months, I had already gone on Umrah and Hajj, all sponsored by my good boss. And if I brought nothing to Ghana, that is something I always carry with me. It meant the world to me. I went to Umrah in May 2017 and I performed Hajj in September 2017 in the same year. So 2017 is actually like one of my best years. Like you asked me, what's your best year? Like that's one of my best year. Like the best things in my life happened to me like in that year. So I'm not trading 2017 for anything. And it was a great feeling. It was a great feeling. And when you come back, everybody, Hajj Mubarak, Hajj Mubarak. Congratulations on your Hajj. Everybody will come around and congratulate you, because like now dear, Hajj, can't you see that I've dressed like Hajj? Can't you see? Don't ask me that. Where is my golden tooth? Me, I did not go to Hajj because of that. I didn't go to Hajj. Do you know that some people missed Jamrats because of that golden tooth? And why do Ghanaians even put that teeth? Every time, well, I dislike it. Like you go to Hajj and you put the tooth, like by now me I have like 4, so that when I talk you guys know that I've been to Hajj. Is that not childish? I say it, well, my dad has it. I know, with no disrespect, but I don't fancy it. I'll be blessed with Hajj like 10 times or 20 times, and I don't think I'd ever fix that. And I don't have a picture. Like I'll show you guys. I have only one picture. One picture I took after Jamrat. Charlie, you'll be busy that you don't have. Well, some people make time to snap pictures because obviously before leaving the house, they've made their mind that me do have me try picture, but me it wasn't in my mind. So maybe my next Hajj, inshallah, I'll record. I'll be with you. Like I'll take you guys through it all, and I'll give you a lot of exclusives. Just stick and stay with me, okay? And if you've not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Yes, you. This one, I'm not going to take even 1% from you. You want me to come and beg you before you subscribe? I beg. Go and subscribe. Go and subscribe or see your fine face. So thank you for watching. And the lesson this video is teaching all of us is to be patient through the storm. That God knows exactly where He's taking us. I'm glad I stayed. The ladies I went with, we were 3 or 4 ladies that left Ghana. One could not finish her 2 years agreement term, so she came home before the 2 years. The other left home, like she escaped after 3 months. She left her contract home, and the other also came home after 1 year and 3 months. So I was actually the only person that stayed through all my, it was tough, but yeah, I'm glad. I'm a strong girl, strong girl. La 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 la, 'cause I am a champion, and you're gonna hear me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Stay blessed. Peace out.